Little mattress and young pastry in disguise, serving wisdom sweet with a touch of flair. Advice and movies floating in the air. Just bake where the flavors define, mixing stories with a twist every time. Feel the rhythm, feel the vibe so true. Just bake cooking up a show for you.
Welcome to the Just Bake podcast. This is the podcast where we
do things and stay stuff and give advice to you niggas.
Man, we back again by the river. It's not always going to be by the river. You know, when I move, we'll be somewhere else. But for right now.
Right now, it's in the river. Riverfront. I mean, what's better than that, though?
I know.
If you see a fucking carp jumping back there, point it out, huh?
Tell us. Timestamp that for us.
Timestamp that carp back there, you know what I'm saying? Who's your favorite boat that passes by? You can cue that, too.
Right. What you got going on this week?
The 4th is upon us.
The 4th will be
You know
with
what I mean?
you.
The blackness in me is going to go camping, okay?
Darkness.
I'm going with the family. It's a spot that I call it glamping. You know, I get it. You know, I'm kind of getting back into the swing of this. I've kind of been in the last year accumulating my camping needs.
Nice.
You know, got a new air mattress. You know, we got some friends that let us use it. They got extra tents, so you know that's my own tent gonna be in the works. But I say glamping because there's like an electrical source there.
Bro, it don't have to be hardcore.
Yeah, I know.
You just want to get fresh air. It's
true, but I kind of want to tap into hardcore, but I don't have the hardcore audience with me. You know what I mean? They're like, nigga, no. We not doing that. So I'll take it. We're gonna have a tent going. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty, you know, big camping area where they have like there's a pool there. They got basketball courts. You know, they'll have like a live music at some nights.
Nice.
It's supposed to be a fireworks show like up the block at a lake or something.
That's dope.
So you know, it should be a good time, man. A couple days out there. Got the s'mores on deck. You know
Gotta
what I'm
have
saying?
them.
Got the flags waving, and we're ready for a good time, man. Sipping and chilling, you know.
That's dope. We're gonna need a review of that next week.
Yeah. Nah, I plan on enjoying myself. You know, leaving the stuff behind me that needs to be behind me.
You got to, man. I'm telling you, it's the fresh air that you need. You got to have that fresh air.
Shoes off, grounded.
Ground something.
Got to get grounded. Get in that grass, man. Get bit by something in that grass. You know what
No,
I mean?
and the fresh air is real. You know what I mean? The fresh air will heal.
Yeah, because when you're in like the city setting, I think I heard a carp. Shit. When you're in a city setting, you know, a lot of noise, a lot of things moving around, so you need a getaway, such as this.
Sometimes you need that real quiet as well, because when you're out camping, and I get, like you said, you're not going to be necessarily out in the woods.
Yeah, because why I say glamping was like because it's like the setup is a campground where there's like neighbors all near you, so it's kind of like, you know.
But there'll be a moment where it's quieter than the city.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and it's real. Like I know when they're like, bring a blanket, it's gonna get chilly. I'm like, yeah, come on, go ahead. No, the shit got chilly at night.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh no, it's a thing. I mean, because it was still summertime flow. So I didn't think none of it. I'm like, it's fucking hot out here. No way it's gonna happen. But somehow you get deep in the woods.
It'll hit that point.
Yeah.
It's weird too, because even like me and my lady in our room, you got the AC cranking, because like you lay down to go to sleep, you're like, I can't believe this. Don't touch me. Get. I don't even want a blanket on my ankle.
Right.
Get off of me.
Give me some space. No canoodling. Get away.
Then you wake up shivering at 3 a.m. like, what the heck happened?
Right. I know. It's a good feeling. Somehow. It's like, yeah, all right. Not initially when it's happening, but then the blanket is so much more respected when that happens. Like,
respect the blanket.
Get over here, respect my blanket.
It's first world problems for sure.
Yeah.
But we're here to do advice. We're here to solve some problems if we can. You got a question? Toss it in the comments. Let us know what we need. You can hit me at littlemattress@gmail.com if you got a question that we need to answer. If you got a question you need to ask. If you need, you know, our advice, and who wouldn't?
Come on, it's good stuff here.
But yeah, let's hop into this one. This is from a subreddit called "What Should I Do?" And that's what we're here for. Is
a lot of
I'm
answers.
Tell you what to do.
A lot of questions.
Hey, what you want to do?
It's just advice, guys. You don't have to take it, but it's gonna be real.
So this is from a female here. She says, which is crazy how that's like a slur now. Oh, so you gonna call us females? I'm sorry. This is from a whatever you identify as.
I think Austin Powers said fembot.
Ooh,
that's a bad one, but that was a cool, funny movie.
There were guns on the titties though.
So guns on the fembots was really...
Which is the name of this episode. Okay, The title of this is called "Should I Leave Him Alone?" I was seeing a guy that I really enjoyed seeing, but he is addicted to weed, and I'm a recovering addict. Opiates, but still the same behaviors. I decided to break things off. Things were getting serious, so I was quick to break it off so I wasn't wasting his or my time. Since breaking it off, he has inquired about seeing me again in a friends with benefits kind of way, and I nearly did, but decided not to. Yo, he threw that Hail Mary. He was like, you just want to fuck?
I mean, yeah, right. He was handling business, because if it was weak, you'd be like, I'm good. I mean, he probably was handling business a little bit too. You mean, but we all got needs. Like, I could, nah.
Since breaking things off, he has inquired about seeing me again in a friends with benefits kind of way, and I nearly did, but I decided not to. Thing is, I really, really want to, but I'm scared that he likes me too much. He wrote a song about me and everything. Did he write a song, or did he AI that, Bianca? Check out for the AI song at the end of the episode. Okay. Thing is, I really, really want to, but I'm scared that he likes me too much. He wrote a song about me and everything, has a playlist about me, said he really liked me before I broke things off. Anyway, I know I should probably let him go so I don't lead him on. Obviously, I would be down for more if he wasn't an addict, but I don't want to say that to him because it's none of my business. I wouldn't want someone to have to change for me or even risk them lying about changing.
True.
I'm so into him, though, so my heart is torn on what I should do.
Ooh. Sometimes it's, hey man, sobriety's real. So anybody that's fighting that, if it's like you can't be around it and you can't be near it and you need that away from it, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Like I've been around some addicts in my life, and there are some that can cope around people that are like still, like I said, it's not, like she said, it's not particularly, weed wasn't her thing.
Yep.
But it was just kind of still in that realm. Like, and somebody with an addictive personality, man, could really just have triggers, and that could, that could be one of them. Like, you're doing your thing, I want to get loose too, and I'll go into my bucket, which was a worse one than the weed. But hey, if you're taking your sobriety serious, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't be around it. I can't be around it. I've seen people that can, but some can't,
Weed is also very much a spectrum. Like, to me, I'm like, listen, if you're doing coke, I need to never be, like, to me, there's no recreational cocaine
Right,
use.
there's not
You know what I mean?
prescribing that.
Like, but with weed, there is, man, do you take a couple hits and then go to sleep at night? Or are you high all the time, every day, all day? Like, I've had friends
What's the
before
range of it?
where I'm just like, I've never seen you sober. You know what I mean? And especially if this woman, like you said, to piggyback, to backflip off what you said, you're right. Because you can't jeopardize your own sobriety, because even if weed wasn't your thing, what wasn't a thing that you necessarily had a problem with, it can certainly be a jump off point. Like, one of the things I remember growing up and not believing, but then you live things and you realize when they say weed really is a gateway drug, because it could drop you just enough to go back to your shit.
Right.
You know?
And it's really just any drug or anything you're doing, it's really just tapping into your addictive personality. So whatever it is, gambling, weed, sex, you know what I mean?
Food,
you know what I mean?
that.
Whatever it is, you're pulled into it. So that's where that gateway can be. And you're talking about somebody who's, I could partake in the cannabis. I did heavier when I was younger, but it never became a gateway for me. But that's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that it's not a thing, because I have my own addictive personalities with things, but I never graduated in that field. Never put nothing up my nose. I didn't really I don't even like a nasal spray. You hear me?
And that's a great point, because weed was your top, right? Weed was the top of the mountain that you hit. So
I tried some things though, but it was my go-to. Like, I was with a female. I tried ecstasy before, a couple times. I didn't really like that kind of feeling, not really there, or felt like it was a fake world I was in.
Yep.
Where it's like everybody's, rub lotion, water, I love you, and then you wake up like, I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? It was like a weird world I was in.
They're false emotions.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's, oh my God.
False
the name of the song for this episode, Synthetic Emotions.
Synthetic emotions.
It's not even
Synthetic
real.
emotions.
My feelings aren't real for you.
Man.
Synthetic, you know about it.
That's a great one.
But like I said, so we, obviously experimented with stuff, but the thing that if you could say you were addicted, which you're not, if you could say you were addicted to anything, it would have been weed.
Yeah.
So for her, I see that thing of like, if you're addicted to opiates, you see somebody else getting messed up, no matter what it is, that's going to be man, I listened to the Motley Crue book, and they were 0 or 1,000.
Right.
They said if they broke it, they just went all the way. They were saying if we went to the bar and had a beer,
Yep.
on beer one, call the
beer one.
cocaine dealer.
Yeah, no.
On beer one,
Right.
because we know where this is going.
It's
You know what I
already
mean?
Timed in, yeah.
We know where we are headed after beer one, so get it started. And and I have the same thing with like, I've been trying to eat healthy, and for me, I need to stop at a cheat meal because sometimes when I fail and I do a cheat meal, I go,
cheat
okay,
day.
this is a cheat day.
Right, cheat
I'm
day.
done.
Maybe
You
I'll
know?
do 2 of them things. It's a
Exactly.
rollover.
Yeah.
Got that rollover cheat day. Like, I woke up with a cookie. I
might as well finish. Yeah. So I can, and I applaud where she's coming from because the only thing that I would say for her to switch up, tell him the reason. I think that's okay to tell him the reason.
I know. She didn't really say.
She said she didn't want to.
Just ducking it. Yeah.
She said,
so you're really feeling him. He knows you're feeling him, so you're playing games. But she's like, I don't want to like insult him, I guess. And she's thinking of being the addict. That's that part of like, I know when I was an addict, couldn't nobody tell me shit.
Yep.
And I'm gonna be insulted when you say it. But
she said here, obviously, I would be down for more if he wasn't an addict, but I don't want to say that to him because it's none of my business. Now, if this is a person that you like, you can offer it up. But I do see this is what I feel to where I could tell that she's been around addicts too. I wouldn't want someone to have to change for me or risk them lying about changing, because if you know any addict behavior,
I'll
man,
throw it all away for you.
that untruth is flying out. Because
Nigga
then what if
doobies everywhere?
Exactly. you walk up to somebody, their face is melted, and they're just like, "What do you mean? I'm not high. Do I look high? You know,
I'm not drinking. I don't drink anymore. I'm high. No, nigga, you're intoxicated, and you don't need to lie to me because you're just lying to yourself.
Yeah, so I applaud what you're saying. I like what you're saying in terms of protecting yourself and protecting your sobriety. But I would say throw it out there and let him know why you don't want to talk to him again, because that also can give him closure on the subject, because
maybe he'll come to that, like, why is she just, because if anything, if he's really feeling you, you're really feeling him, that's where he's at with it.
Yeah.
So if you're not telling him, he's like, yo, what is going on? It's really a mind game to him. Like, why is she playing games with me? Like, are we in a good space? And, instead of letting him think a million things, just give him the one it is.
And I think you guys had some sort of conversation or some sort of something, because you said you broke it off. Right. So I guess I'd like to know how that conversation went with why did you tell him? Did you give him a reason? And listen, nobody is, quote, owed anything, but I think it would help you and in your life to give somebody that reason of like, hey, I have to be honest with you. This is why I don't want to be around you, because I'm protecting my own sobriety.
Is there. You know what I'm saying? Like you're saying, you guys are really into each other. And it's like, hey, it's got to burn. Usher said let it burn.
Ooh. But then I get to, you use the word he's addicted to weed. Which to me is different than like, no, man, I'll take a couple hits and watch a movie.
Yep.
This screams like, I got my 8 blunts for the day.
I'm about to say an ounce a day kind of thing, or it's like, how do you even sustain that? Like, weed ain't that cheap, man. And I know it's like prescribed to people, but still, it's, I mean, fuck, you can get a prescription for fucking Vicodins, and you can get really addicted to those.
Yeah, and it doesn't, and it also, it doesn't vibe with everyone either. Like, listen, alcohol is legal. Anybody over 21 could buy it. It doesn't work for everybody. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
some people should not be drinking. It's
exactly.
Like,
so
too many emotions come out. It's like, oh, I don't like hanging around. I like to socially drink, personally, me.
Yeah.
But some people was like, I can't be around you. You're not a good social drinker.
Yes.
Now the emotions are coming out. You're getting all fucking, every vein is opening up. Like, not now. I like to laugh when I'm buzzing. I don't want to go into a life, man. I just everything in my life is great. Like, nah, man.
Unfortunately and it's not just alcohol, it could be weed. Some people, they need that kickstart.
Yep.
And unfortunately, that kickstart goes into, this has opened up everything that I can't talk about when I'm sober, because now I feel free. And then it might not be the time or the place, but that's what leaks out at that point. Yeah. I would say this is like clothing. You ever try on something and you're like, it's just not.
It looked better on the rack.
It
looked better on the rack.
And I think that could be the situation that you're in right now, where this person is close to what you want, but I bet you can find someone that doesn't smoke weed. And those are the type of communities that are out there too. If you're looking for, they write the X's on their hands, the straight edge. Like, you can find a straight edge community, go out looking in that type of area for
I'm new to this.
what you're looking for.
Straight edge community. There's a community, straight edge, people that are just more straight laced and don't kind of dabble with recreational things, drugs, alcohol.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a sober type community.
Oh, okay. I didn't know I had like a title, straight edge. Okay.
And I think you could find that out there, because I really do applaud you for not being willing to risk your thing, and I also get the pull as well of like, but I really like them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I get that because that's what you're saying in here. Like, damn, I want to, but
It's like you like them, but you got to love yourself more.
Ooh,
That's you know what I mean? It's got to drop a mic on them. You know what I mean? It's, I like you, but I got to love me a little more here. So, especially when it comes to something so serious as that in your life. Mm-hmm. It's a serious space for you, and you got to respect that and cherish that. Like, can't go back. Ain't no going back. You know what I mean? It's like
I'm not going back.
Right, and if that's something around it, you know. I you know, work with a guy, shout out to Red Feather, who, you know, he quit cigarettes, what did he tell me, 30-something years ago? Older guy. And he was like, listen, man, I quit 30 years ago. And if I smoke one right now, I'm going to buy a pack immediately. Mm-hmm. You know, he said, because I know it just unravels that quick.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? I can't even
there
take
is
one
no going
drag.
back.
It's not one drag. One drag, I'm buying a pack. Mm-hmm. And now I'm back in the wheelhouse after 30 years of quitting. 30 years.
Yep.
You know, think about that, man. That's
yeah, same.
So sobriety is real.
I quit smoking. You know, I don't even know how long ago. A long time ago, and cigarettes still smell good to me. Right. I don't have an.
I've heard that from people.
Like I don't have the. I don't want to smoke a cigarette, and it's odd that it's that close. I don't want to smoke a cigarette, but cigarette smoke isn't like If it's on someone's clothes, old smoke, that's nasty.
The ashtray
old
talk.
smoke is that. But like, if
I've heard somebody else say that too before. That said they stopped smoking a long time ago, but they still enjoy a fresh lit cigarette smell. They said it was something with like a fresh lit one.
Yeah.
Something about it. You know, I'm like, I don't know what it is. I've never been a cigarette smoker, but I get it. It's like that whole. I can feel the drag with you. You know what I mean? You kind of
well, I'm telling you, like that dude, Dax Shepard, and let me tell you, like, cause he talks to a lot of celebrities about their drug use and things like that. And brother, there's just hearts in his eyes the entire time he's talking. Like you could tell the like. Right. A retired football player when they're when they interview football players basketball players when they like you could tell just like ooh I missed the game I missed the game you know
I could smell the cleats nigga you know what I'm saying like scents like triggers of like what a locker room
fresh cut grass they're
right
just like,
you know
I remember
like
it.
Musty niggas in a locker room has a trigger for somebody like I know it's not a great smell but I miss it.
It takes me back.
It reminds me of everything.
It takes me
you know
back.
what I mean dirty equipment, what sweaty equipment smells like. I almost remember that from high school with like sweaty shoulder pads and shit. Like a locker room was like, oh yeah, I know sweaty pads, nigga.
I know sweaty pads.
It's like, whew.
That's hilarious.
It triggers you to those memories, man. Everything's an ASMR in life.
Yeah.
I just don't like watching them. But
exactly. No, but like for your health and for everything else, man, I think it's such a great idea to, you know, talk to him because you can even get that closure with him of, hey, if you ever do quit in the future, for real, let me know. Right. I think a lot of people. If
we're still aligned, then we're aligned.
Because even this person isn't even necessarily doing anything wrong. It's just, this is what they do. This isn't what you do. So
it's all right to not.
You don't line up.
You don't. You're right. They're not equally yoked.
Exactly. You guys aren't equally yoked.
You're not equally yoked. He likes things that you don't. And, you know, like I say, it's like I'm not a cigarette smoker. My lady is. You know, it's not a write-off for me. I want her to kind of get on her feet and quit, but she's got to do that. That's her journey.
Yep.
But, you know, it's if I was a big avid cigarette smoker and I kind of quit and I was around her, it'd be a little harder.
It'd be tough.
You know what I mean? It'd be like, he's just a couple drinks. Let me get a whiff. Let me get a hit real quick, you know? You like a retired crackhead and a new crackhead can't hang out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's just it's not a thing.
You're playing with fire. You're too close to the edge.
Too close to the sun, man. You're going to get burnt.
Don't push me, cuz you don't need temptation in your face all day. Like, it's great if you get strong enough to that point, but like if you're an alcoholic, if you're at the, you know, what do they say? If you're at the fucking barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, eventually you're going to sit in that chair.
Right. What else you doing there? You just came for the conversation and the gossip.
Yeah.
You know, that's what the barbershop talk is. That's what we do. We do gossip talk.
And in my opinion, this isn't about you being, you know, strong enough to not do it, anything like that. It's just super smart to not put yourself in situations. You know what I mean? Like, if you're an actress, don't go to the hotel with the director. Don't do it. Nothing's your fault, but don't put yourself in bad situations.
That's going to lead to the lead role.
The lead role.
Just saying, and it's going to be a regrettable way of how you got it. And you'll always have that. Like, I know I got it, but things I had to do to get it doesn't make me feel good on the inside.
Yes.
That's lessons in life, especially for young women out there. You know, I do have a daughter, and these are kind of things I talk to her about. You know, don't put yourself in a position that you're going to regret doing something to get something. You know what I mean? Like, don't put yourself in and make yourself vulnerable to something you know, for a glitz of fame, a glitz of whatever, or what's going on in money, access to something, because it's not gonna feel good because you know how you got it and it doesn't feel good.
Bars.
You know what I mean? You gotta just get it out the mud. I think Kevin Gates said
Kevin
that.
Gates said that. He also said satellite.
Satellite.
But like I said 4 times already, I applaud you because you take your sobriety seriously and make that the most important thing in your life because you know who you are when you don't have your sobriety. And you know how quickly things can slide into the abyss.
Right.
And ain't nobody trying to go to the abyss.
Right, because you think about it too. If you dove into your thing, would he stick around?
Ooh.
Well, no, probably not. Like, whoa, hey, I didn't know, hey.
Because honestly, it could be in the other direction where he's just like, I just smoke weed. I wasn't ready for all this.
Now he's
you know?
now he's categorizing your downfalls. Like, yeah, it's just weed. But what you do is, but addiction's addiction, player. That's all. Maybe you're not motivated. Maybe you're a functional pothead. It's whatever. But she just don't want to be around it.
Yep.
You gotta respect your boundaries.
Yeah, she used the word addicted, so that, like I said, that makes me feel like
It's all day, all
it's
the time.
it's an often thing.
Yeah, I mean, if he smokes one a day, you can say that's addicted. Even I don't know. It depends on how you're addicted to it. You do it once a day.
Yeah.
It's people that are saying, I'm not an alcoholic, but I drink every day. Well, that's an alcoholic. Probably.
The alcoholic definition is also kind of wild too. It's like if you drink to feel the effects of it.
It's right.
You know.
I mean, one beer, because I know in other countries, and let me retract that a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, retract.
I've met somebody before growing up. She was from Croatia. And I was a teenager, so my first time kind of really kind of diving in with somebody that was maybe from over the pond a little bit. And so you're curious, you're asking questions. You're not like an American girl, like so like tell me a little bit. And then I know she was saying that back home growing up, and her being a teenager, they have one beer with like every meal. And we're talking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Oof. Like they do one beer, and that's like a traditional okay thing to do.
Yep.
Let me know if that's something where y'all do, somewhere you're from. But I thought it was strange. But who am I to say that?
Who am I?
She didn't seem like an alcoholic. Her parents didn't. I don't know. I've seen them, met them once. But moderation is, I guess, the key, right?
Yeah. And it's different strokes for different folks. That's me. I made that up. No one else has ever said that. Bro, Asians, rice all day, every day. Skinny.
Right.
Me, I look at rice and I've gained
like,
6 pounds. I can't do it.
They say it's terrible for you. It's like, tell the people who eat a lot of it and never put on weight.
And everything's fine.
It's a thing. So it's just genetics at the end of the day, maybe.
Bars. It's genetics. It's lifestyle. It's culture. So, man, you do what works for you. And I love that you're like, I want it, but I can't have it. It's that devil's touch. It's that,
right.
Let me get close to it.
God said, Eve, don't drink. Don't eat that.
Don't do that shit.
Don't eat that. She did it, but don't be the Eve in the garden.
But also, I respect Homeboy for throwing it out there. Like, you just want to fuck then? Like, if we don't have to.
The game was good.
He
was like, listen, we had a good thing going in that department, so we should probably leave that door open.
Yeah. I guess I give him the credit for trying, but I give you even more credit for shutting it down. But like I said, throw it out there and give the reason. It's okay to give the reason because it doesn't mean it's going to be an argument or whatever. You can just somehow alleviate some confusion because you're the one with the big brain over here that knows everything, and he might. I mean, if he's puffing like that, he's probably confused. What the fuck happened?
And then when you have the conversation, it's key. If this man has said it before, it's good to do it sober.
Yeah.
Catch him when he's not smoking, so he can really register. And when you're ready to kill it, you got to put a nail in that coffin.
You got to.
You got to put a nail in the coffin. If it's dead, nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like I said, hit them with the knowledge that you got and then see where things go from there. Because, of course, like you said, you don't want to be in a situation where they're lying, hiding, pretending that they're not smoking. But there could be a change. Not everybody does everything forever, Right.
It's like this sun not being on us forever. I enjoy this cloud right now. So
give yourself some credit because you might be worth it.
Right.
You might be worth it for him to just be like, you know what? I'd rather you instead of the weed. Hello.
I mean, Dave Chappelle tried that in the movie Half Baked. Mary Jane, he gave up his weed for Mary Jane, but it was a struggle.
Yeah.
But it was a love story. He chose her over that. He had this whole conversation talking to the joint. I know, but I gotta let you go. I really like her. Just,
exactly.
If he's willing to have that moment, toss Mary Jane over the bridge for his real Mary Jane, which is AKA you.
Yep.
See. But then, if you give enough space and time, you might find somebody else. So it's just the way that shit flies. But Do you. Love you first.
Hell yeah. Ooh, love you first.
Love you first.
I love it. Check out this commercial.
Like, share, subscribe.
We've been known to scream, get off me, and that's what I would do to bury the lead here. But this is from Am I the Asshole? So, am I the asshole if my husband tells my mother-in-law to stop touching my pregnant belly? Off the bat.
Wait, say that again. The husband tells the mother-in-law, which is her mother, to stop touching her daughter's belly?
It would be his mother.
His mother.
So
okay.
am I the asshole if my husband tells my mother-in-law, so that's his mother,
my mother,
to stop touching my pregnant belly? Just straight off the bat, it's your body. You should be able to say this shit out loud. But like, I understand family dynamics, but also like,
if
bro,
you don't like it, stop that.
Exactly.
So if she's okay with it, son, you might, Well, we'll get more.
My husband and I are in a fight right now about this. I recently found out that I'm pregnant, and my mother-in-law thinks it's okay to touch my pregnant belly. Before we got pregnant, a year ago and a few months ago before we got pregnant. Before we got pregnant, a year ago and a few months ago before we were pregnant. I don't understand what that means about anything. I told her that I will not let anyone besides my husband touch my belly because it honestly makes me super uncomfortable. She acted like she understood. Twice since I've seen her, she has gone out of her way to touch my belly. I even try to hold something in front of it so it's not like an accident or anything. Yeah,
walking around with a blocker of
man, I
Put
know.
a T-shirt on at the Kimbe Matumbo. Just hit her with that no. Like, no.
She did it again recently, and I feel like I just want to scream because I feel like she doesn't care about what I said. I told my husband that he should be the one to tell her to stop because it's obvious that she isn't listening to me, and he thinks I should. So am I really the asshole? Man, I would say first off the bat, you have to stop pretending that everyone has heard and remembered what you said. You are not the asshole in the first place here. The only asshole creep that I'm getting from you, the creeping anus, is you have to stop letting things happen to you that you don't like happening to you, and then go and be mad about it later.
Right. And did she say she's vocal when she's doing it? Like after
no.
She said no, and then she's coming in for it.
Because what she said,
doing it anyways. Well, maybe you got to remind her. Maybe she forgot.
She says a year and a few months ago, before I was pregnant, I made this announcement. Yeah. Listen, you are correct, and you have autonomy over your body, and nobody should be touching you that you don't want to touch you. But then when somebody does touch you, you can't think about it really hard that you don't want it to happen and hope that it doesn't happen again.
Go to your Outlook reminder on your calendar, right? You know that I just did some fucking office work for you. Reminder. Hey, I know I said it a year and a half ago, but here's a reminder.
Exactly.
I don't like it. Don't do it. You know, maybe she forgot. But if you keep telling her, then it's like, listen, Mom, you know, and then she's talking like walking around with blockers on. What did that look like? What was it?
There's no, exactly. Like,
are you have a pillow taped to your fucking shirt?
So when she's coming over to touch you, you're like grabbing the paper towels and putting them in front of you and hoping
hope she gets the message.
The problem here is, and this is something I've had to learn in my life, and it's not to go around like a bull and fuck everybody up, but what I'm saying to you is, you're uncomfortable. And right now you're sacrificing your comfort for somebody else's comfort. So if you're a pregnant woman that doesn't want someone to touch your belly, you also need to say that out loud. And I understand that you said it out loud a year and a half ago. But
amnesia's a thing.
It's happening right now, so you can't be like, I made this announcement a year and a half ago and people aren't following protocol.
That's my mother-in-law, so I mean, it's what am I going to say? Say, Mom Dukes, I don't like it. Don't do it. I mean, if she's going to be offended because you're asking her not to touch you,
but that's okay. It's okay if she's offended because it's Can we go with remember the whole your body, your choice thing?
Hello.
So it's because listen, take the pregnancy out of it. Someone is touching you that you don't want to touch you. That's it.
Like, I feel bad. The guy was bagging my groceries, but if I can't tell him no,
I know.
Tell that nigga no. Yo, bag my groceries, B, and don't touch me.
Yeah.
Can I touch your belly? No.
Because this is the thing.
Response. I think people just get timid and scared of a response, but it's okay because you remember it's your fortress. Okay, it's your temple. Protect your temple. Who care about it? They're out there throwing sticks at it.
And Kevin Gates had said, don't attribute malice to what you can attribute to incompetence. Because
say it again.
I don't even remember what I just said. I blacked out. I don't know what I just said. I blacked out.
Malice to what? It was.
But don't attribute to malice what you can attribute to incompetence. Or just forgetting that she has said, like you said, this lady announced this before she was pregnant a year and a half ago. So now this lady might be seeing your pregnant belly and she's excited. Does not give her, like, it doesn't trump your feelings.
Right.
But
because she might have I loved when people rub my belly. That's you.
Exactly.
You like eggplant. I don't.
Yeah. I don't like that the husband is afraid to speak to his mother about like, hey, listen, Julie doesn't want you to touch her belly.
Stop doing
like, so this, and to me, man, I'm going to take it too far.
Take it too far.
Your husband's not standing up for you. That's a problem.
Hello, talk to him.
That's a huge problem that your husband is not standing up for you and disregarding your feelings, especially about you being pregnant and not wanting anyone to touch you. Like I said, take the pregnancy out of it. Babe, this person's touching me. I don't want him to touch you.
Right.
Well, I don't.
Right. No.
Kick the grass.
He should be walking around with a bright orange shirt like a fucking traffic
cone.
cone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no.
Uh-huh.
Guide him away like you're landing a plane. No, this way. This way,
Exactly.
away from the belly. You know what I mean? Put a shirt on that says it. Please don't touch my belly.
Ooh,
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
great.
You know what I mean? Like, it can't get no more real than that. You know
Yep.
what I mean? 'Cause, I mean, you might get an asshole, but at that point, you're just being a jerk.
Yeah.
You probably deserve to get punched in the face. So.
I know, exactly. So what I'm saying is don't think it's inappropriate to toss out a reminder of like, listen, I'm overstimulated right now. I'm pregnant. I got a million emotions. I'd prefer if nobody touches me right now. You don't even have to say belly.
Right.
I just prefer if nobody touches me right now.
Like, and
you
some
know?
people just don't like being touched, period.
Exactly.
How about we just go into that bucket. Don't touch me, and I don't need to explain more than that.
Yeah. Just because you're pregnant, it does not open up to, and now anyone can touch me.
Right.
That's how you got pregnant in the first place.
It's like ordering salmon. You get tilapia, and like, well, it's here.
Yeah.
No, you wanted salmon. Let them know. I'm sorry I didn't order that. Because I don't want them to have to, to make it again.
Yeah.
Why
like I
not?
said, you have to judge. Would you rather be uncomfortable or would you rather them be uncomfortable? Especially in a moment where it's your autonomy, where you're the one being touched.
I know. Protect your physical.
Great. Wu-Tang said it, protect your neck.
Protect your
Great
neck.
comment here. My go-to move when I was pregnant was if somebody non-consensually touched my belly, I would make direct eye contact with them, reach out and touch their belly. You're not, you know what I mean? You got to go with a, now I got yours. What's up?
What we doing?
Got
How
your
we
nose.
doing this here? It's like, right. So before we do that, this doesn't feel good, right? Did it feel good? I just kind of invaded you to do that? But it's a baby in there. Why? I don't know what that.
Even more of a reason to stop fucking touching
There's
me.
a big fascination with people that do that. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the ladies department. I mean, but there are guys too. Like, you mind? Yeah, buddy, I do.
Yes, you complete stranger, don't touch me. You know, like, but because I do understand too. Then there's probably some people that feel like Mother Earth in the moment. You know what I mean? And they want to share it with everybody. But you need to test the waters with people and see who wants to be touched and who doesn't.
Right.
You know,
because when them tectonic plates shift.
Yeah, when that flood of hormones is going, and like I said, I could imagine if I had something growing inside of me, I'd be like, don't fucking touch me.
I got emotions of two people right now because there's another person in me.
I know, right?
You're probably carrying on like he got a little attitude, she got a little attitude in there, like, and I'm wearing it now.
Let me ask the
Get
audience, Mom, when you were pregnant, did you want anyone touching your belly? Mom said 42 years ago, nobody was touching
Nobody was
nothing.
doing it. Dad was a big guy too, so.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Come around back. What we doing around here? What we doing? Yeah, no. Papa Meek said no.
This person said too, that is the only, this is responding to the I touch their belly back. This is the only power move that works. When I was in nursing school, one of my friend's classmates was pregnant. Another classmate kept rubbing my friend's belly during clinicals, and my friend was getting visibly upset and had told her to stop several times. See, for me, I'm going to finish this, but if you're told to stop, we need a parade. Like and I understand you're around the pregnant belly, you don't really want violence, but there's got to be a stop. Right. You know, so
use an object if you don't want to use your hand. Give me a ruler.
Exactly.
The ruler's back.
Lady that wrote this in, whatever you're blocking with your belly with, block the hand with that, right?
I know. Practice your jujitsu. Got it in there. Just, I mean, watch some Steven Seagal footage.
Yeah, exactly.
He was all about the
Get
up
some
top.
Get some moves.
You know what I mean? You got to get the jujitsu going.
To finish this comment, the woman said, or I'm not even sure if it's a woman, but my friend was getting visibly upset and had told her to stop touching her belly several times. So I walked over and grabbed the offending classmate's belly and jiggled it. She was horrified, and I said, what? I thought we were all just making each other uncomfortable by rubbing each other's bellies. I get why the person is upset, being protective of a pregnant belly, but you and I are just fat, no harm done to us. She called me a B word and stormed off, but my pregnant friend was super happy about it. Yeah, you gotta.
Right. She stepped up for you when you knew you was uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, you're the uncomfortable one. You're like, hold on, girl, I got this. Hey, out.
Exactly.
You got to tell them, stand down. I appreciate you because you see what's going on. But you got to address, man. You got to address what you're doing out there.
Yeah, I would say first you have to stand up for yourself. And I get, so many emotions around being pregnant and everything that comes with that. Second off, it's the biggest red flag that you're telling your husband and he's like worried about talking to his mom about like, hey, like I said, Julie doesn't want her stomach touched. Please chill out, you know?
Let's respect that. And if there's a problem there, then there's a problem there within your confines of yours.
If there's a problem there, there's a problem there.
Your infrastructure is not as strong as it should be.
I think you can't hope for things to get better. I think you need to speak and take action for things to get better. You can't just like close your eyes and hope that this woman remembers a conversation from over a year ago.
When you make hope a rope, it's suicide.
Ooh, hang yourself.
Oh my God! I'm just saying, take it how you want it. I'm not with suicide. This is anti. But what I'm saying is that hope rope, it'll get you every time.
Yeah,
it'll get you every time.
So to respond to you, I don't think you're an asshole in the situation, but I think you do need to stand up for yourself a little bit more. Doesn't mean that this woman is necessarily making you uncomfortable on purpose, because also there's some people who are horrible at reading signs. Like you said, you're trying to pick stuff up and block your tummy. She might just be like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm trying to rub your stomach. What
are you so fidgety for?
Yeah, exactly. Because at this point, she might be like, wow, you seem nervous. Let me rub your belly and calm you down.
Like a dog.
Exactly.
See me a little angsty.
Little angst.
Little angst.
No, but you first of all have to stand up for yourself, because you can't just hope for things to get better and pray that this woman remembers that conversation that was, that announcement that was made. Emotions take over. People forget things. You're saying mother-in-law, who knows the age? Who knows anything?
Right.
Like I said, the biggest red flag is your husband choosing to pretend that you're making a big deal out of this when,
it's nothing.
Like I said,
she does it to everybody. Well, I don't want it.
Exactly. Yeah. She does it to everyone. She doesn't have to do it to me. You know,
we just got a bar from the Q girl.
Exactly. Cue card. So, yeah, my mom did just say in here, it's the first what? Training.
First training.
It's that first training for protecting your children.
Protect your seed.
Because if you're afraid to stick up for yourself when someone is touching you, does that extend to maybe if something inappropriate? And I don't mean sexual. I just mean like if another kid is bullying your kid, are you just going to be like, oh, I hope this doesn't happen?
Right.
You know?
And I know. And and you see sometimes you see that in parenting. Well, it's another thing to put out there of like, for some people, like, stop making your kids hug people they're uncomfortable doing.
Yeah.
Cut it out. Cut over there. Like, if he's uncomfortable, let it be. Like,
yeah.
He's not with the hugging. You know what I mean? He's just not, maybe, or they're not a hugging people. Let that be. Stop forcing them into a way. Get over there and hug your third cousin that you never see. Get in there.
That smells like tequila and cigarettes. Hug them.
It's family. It was like, cut it out.
I believe Kanye and Kid Cudi had an album called Kids See Ghosts. You know what I mean? Like, kids see stuff, man. And kids, kids haven't been tainted yet.
Right.
And so they see
your dirty
and
aura.
feel other things that, other people might not. Like, they're more fresh to the world. They're more open to the world of, like, they might be uncomfortable for a reason.
Right.
And just like you in here are uncomfortable with people touching you for a reason, don't ever force your kids to do anything.
Force your kid into that. I mean, because what you're doing is you're forcing them in the belly to be like, yo, who is rubbing me? Yo, I'm trying to get a nap in here. And old rough fingers.
old callous hands keeps rubbing me.
It's like and then it's like you can hear the callus on the belly.
Yep.
Like,
well,
because he's hearing it intensified, or she is.
Everything that is happening to the mother goes to the baby.
Right.
So that anxiety and that fear that's happening, that's going like Matrix style, clunk in the back of the head. You're plugged in.
You're plugged in, Avatar.
Man, Muse, plug in, baby.
Woo.
Yeah. Like so that's those are also emotions that you don't want. To get way too deep into it.
Less stress is the best when you're in that that position of pregnancy. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
you don't want to stress the kid, and that's stress. And if it's happening a lot, like you're stressing my baby out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't even say me. You're stressing my baby out, or me and my baby.
Right.
And we's a family.
Exactly. We's a family. No, the first thing you should be doing, and to me, when you're pregnant, that should turn you into a lioness. You know what I mean? That should turn
for
you
real.
into, this is my baby. Don't
Yep.
touch my baby.
my
You know what I
cub.
mean?
It's my
What
cub,
Denzel say? Get your fucking hands off me.
Get
You
your
know,
fucking
you
hands
gotta-
off me.
Sometimes you got to go with that.
For real. Don't touch my seed. Trying to watch them grow.
And we're going to end on that one. Don't touch my seed. I'm trying to watch them grow. Come on, man.
Walk outside.
What else could you need?
Take a lap and come back and let it marinate.
Exactly. Let that jet ski take us out of here. There it goes. I love it. Come back every week for more advice from us.
Two guys on the internet.
Goons by the river.
Oh, man. That's a good show name. Two guys on the internet.
Lights inside my mind, electric whispers intertwine, synthetic heartbeats pulse and glow, a love that's real but doesn't show. Artificial emotion sparks tonight, neon veins burning bright, programmed feelings take their flight, wired dreams in the endless night. Binary tears on my screen, a coded love you've never seen. Algorithms dance in the air, but is it love if it's not fair? Artificial emotion sparks tonight, neon veins burning bright. Programmed feelings take their flight, wired dreams in the endless night. Circuits ache the way hearts do. Is this a lie or something true? A glitch or fate in this machine, a love unspoken but so keen. Artificial emotion sparks tonight, neon veins burning bright. Programmed feelings take their flight, wired dreams in the endless night.